Brent here with Pedal Pros. Thank you so much for tuning in for our Zwift race recap. This is the third in the Puncheur series. Last night we did the Watopia Hilly route. I'm racing in the B category still. Last night I had 4 teammates in the D category. We're trying very hard to get the team onto the team overall podium, and we're pretty close. Without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into the recap. Alright, first things first, you can see we tried out a new format for this stream with the previous week's standings on the left side. Live came up the top left, where I kind of missed the chroma key up on the left side and the top side there. Whoops! But let's go ahead and blow up the race here so that we can see the whole thing. So let's jump ahead to the start of the race here. You can see, just like every Zwift race, this one actually starts really fast. We're on the boardwalk here before we even get onto the race course, and it's just, I'm putting out 480, 450 watts at the start, which most races in real life don't start this fast. Every Zwift race starts like this. I don't know why. In reality, this boardwalk part would be a neutral rollout, ideally, before we get off of it onto the actual race course. But in Zwift, the fast groups try to get up ahead, and that's that. You don't really have to fight for position. There's no center line. It's just so much easier to do in an environment like this, I guess, in online racing, but that's how this plays out. So here we are, coming up on the first climb. This is a 4-lap race. You can see we're only 1 minute and 20 seconds into it, and we've hit the first hill. This is the first selection. I mean, super early. Before we're even 1.5 minutes into the race, we're on the first selection area of the race course. You can see that we were up there near 8%. Here on this little curve, it gets into double digits, I think. Yeah, there we go, 10%. I'm putting out almost 400 watts, and there's guys sort of stringing out up the front of the race. And I'm in the front group right now, but it's really getting strung out. There are some guys who are putting out huge power numbers. You can see 7 and 8 watts a kilogram up there, and the riders ahead of me on the road. And I'm getting passed here by a steady stream of riders, including local competitor Ben Proco right there in front of me in the bumblebee colored jersey. Very similar to the colors he wears on the road a lot. But I'm going to show you this climb in the entirety here because it's not very long. We're about at the midpoint here as we make this little sweeping sort of semi-switchback here. You can see we've climbed about 100 feet so far. And this isn't as steep here, this next part, but I'm still pretty close to 300 watts. You can see I'm spinning pretty well. My heart rate's way up. Still, I would say not necessarily in the front, but I'm close enough that this is a pretty successful climb. And this was the strategy going into the race, was get over the first climb with the front group, because then I can stay with them until we hit this the second time, and we'll see what happens there. Now, I wasn't feeling very well. I'm a little under the weather in this race. I'm probably going to be paying for this by the time you watch this video. Hopefully it doesn't stay with me. But again, you can see them just starting to pass me by here. I'm putting out, almost 5 watts a kilogram, and I'm not a heavy dude. I'm 150 pounds. If you count the box of Girl Scout cookies and the peanut butter sandwich I ate before this, maybe a little bit over that. Yeah, last week it was a pizza pre-race. This week some Dayquil, a peanut butter sandwich, and Girl Scout cookies. We might need to have a talk about how I'm doing nutrition, but here's the top of the hill. You can see I'm in 16th place out of 40 some odd riders. Not terrible. Not where I want to be. There's a big group ahead, but I've got some riders to work with here. The issue is that I'm really hurting. So let's go ahead and jump ahead. Coming up on the climb the second time, you can actually see I was in first place overall. So the lead group and our chase group recombined, but I've really not been feeling good. I know this next climb is probably going to break me. You can see my power is still pretty good at the start. I started out in the mid 350s. That's probably what I would want to hold to try and stay with this, but here I'm creeping up towards 400, and I'm still kind of slipping towards the back. I'm at 400, and this is the guys that dropped us on the climb the first time kind of let us catch back on. And going into this, we kind of know that they can drop us whenever they want. But, my power is not bad here, but man, am I hurting. I'm just not feeling it in this race. And you can see it stringing out. And I'm the very last person kind of trying, pretending, hoping to hang on here. And it just doesn't work out for me. So let's skip to the top. So here we are, having just finished the second climb, and you can see the Canadian rider Alex Ryback in front of me. He's actually third overall in the series right now. He's the rider right in front of me in the overall series standings. So I am just not doing well at all at this point, but I'm thinking, hey, I'm right with somebody I'm trying to compete with. This is a good spot to be. But the truth is, I don't know how this would have gone if I would have been 100%, but I know that if he has anything, I'm going to, you can see they start to gap me here, and I'm debating whether or not I want to follow. And, I put in a little dig here to get back up, just because I'm thinking third overall in the series, I'm fourth overall in the series, I can't lose this guy. I can't lose this guy. Spoiler alert, I lose this guy. So Alex Ryback lost me on the third hill. This is the beginning of the fourth lap. He's got a pretty good gap on me. There's no way I'm pulling it back at this point. I'm cooked. I'm cooked. These ladies that I'm riding with here are also riding in the B category. They dragged me around the course all of that third lap after the climb. I've just been in the dumpster ever since. And so now I'm hanging on for dear life. We're in survival mode, and there's a group of two behind us, Blair and Beasley. And going into this fourth climb, Blair just starts putting out some otherworldly power. I mean, he's right at 5 watts a kilogram, pulling those two back to us, puts in a monster effort on this climb. I mean, just not category B power he's putting out to chase us down. It's unbelievable. And then I spend the rest of the race fairly perplexed that the three of us working fairly well together on this fourth lap after we get over the hill are having our lead cut down by this guy. He drops Beasley, and we're putting out more power than him in a group of 3 working together, and he's still closing down the gap. And it gets worrisome for me. I'm doing everything I can on this hill. I'm just trashed. I won't make you watch it, but I really, really dig to stay with these two ladies because they're both in the B category. The people chasing are in the B category. Well, I just want to finish because I'm hurting so bad. I know that if I can stay with them, I have a better chance of doing well. So one of the women I'm riding with here, Alicia Stotts, I don't know. Alicia was one of the women I rode with 2 weeks ago when I did this event. She was with me at the end, and let me remember how that went. So I devise a plan while I'm actually riding to prevent that from happening. Here's what it is. I think we gotta go John Rambo on this climb.
Win by attrition. Well, Rambo was the best.
So I decide that right here, this last little kicker, I have to really get after it if I'm gonna beat these ladies and if I'm gonna keep away from that guy who's chasing us. I'm hurting, but I go all in right here and I just floor it. Power numbers aren't crazy for a quick sprint, but when you're in the tank like I was, that was a big effort. And you can see I put them 3 and 4 seconds behind me. They're about 25-30 meters back, and now I just have to hold on till the end of the race. And here's the finish coming up. I do hold them off. That last little move on the hill pays dividends for me. Finished 10th overall in the Bs. Not too shabby. Pretty happy. And we took 5th, 6th, and 7th in the D category, so overall, a pretty good night for the team. We should be making some progress on the overall team podium. Hopefully I feel a little bit better next week. We'll be doing this again at 7:30 p.m. on Thursdays. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you want to see it. If you have some suggestions or comments or feedback or criticism, whatever, let me know that too. Just love to get better. Anyways, thanks for watching. Let your light shine.